So Billie, from Dancers Over 40, thank you so much for your contribution.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's so great to be back in New York for a few days. I left here in 1989, and at that time I said I'd lived longer in New York than anywhere else, but I've gone back home to Kansas City where I grew up, and so now I've lived longer in Kansas City. And, anyway, I thank you so much for this. I was thrilled in 2002 and 3 to go out to California and perform in the Palm Springs Follies with some people who were from New York. Richard France was in the show, and several people that you would know. So I stayed 1 year there, and but now I'm back in Kansas City. I have my own dance troupe. We perform regularly. I still twirl batons and teach at the university. I teach drama notation at the university. So we're still very active and doing everything. I'm on my tiptoes now talking to you. So thank you so much, and it's such a thrill to be recognized in New York City.
Billie, do you remember when I was doing LORELEI in Kansas City, and you and Henny Youngman came to see me, and Henny Youngman said, "We're stars, we shouldn't have to pay"?
Right.
I'm still waiting. That's a true story, isn't it? Yes, they came backstage and Henny told me that as he arrived at the airport, he said, "I would like to send one suitcase to San Francisco." Do you remember this? "I would like to send one to Los Angeles, and I would like to send one to New Orleans." And they said, "I'm sorry, Mr. Youngman, we cannot do that." He said, "You did it last week, do it."
Let me clarify this. When I first came to New York, taking dance classes, I worked as a cigarette girl at the Copacabana, and on our cigarette break, which was during showtime, I would go down and watch the shows so I could study what the real pros were doing. And Henny Youngman was on the show there, and he knew me as hat checker, cigarette girl. So when he came to Kansas City, I went to the club where he was working. So he grabs me and says, "Let's go across the street and see Carol Channing and Gentlemen Prefer Blondes." And he insisted on professional courtesy that we didn't pay to get in.